People often bemoan the fact that Christianity has too many rules. And I always like to make the distinction that we don't have rules as much as we have standards that we're called to live as followers of Christ. We claim to be Christ followers. We need to act like we are Christ followers, as we claim to be. But when you look at the scriptures from the Old Testament and the law to the New Testament and the teachings that Jesus gives us, you look at all the points of the law, and all of them can be narrowed down to one of the points in the Ten Commandments, one way or another. All the issues and precepts of the law of Moses can fit into one, perhaps even more, of the Ten Commandments, and it's reduced down to 10. Jesus points out that even the Ten Commandments can be brought down to only 2. And it is in the Gospel for this Friday of the third week of Lent that we hear Jesus give that teaching in the Gospel reading when he says, and is asked by one of the scribes, "Which is the first of all the commandments?" And Jesus replied, "The first is this: Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is Lord alone. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. The second is this: You shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no greater commandment than these." So Jesus takes all the precepts of the law of Moses that have been reduced to the 10 Commandments and reduces it further down to 2. And that everything is summed up in 2 simple rules. Love God, love your neighbor. We give God proper worship, and hopefully we do. We fulfill our calling to worship God on the holy days, principally Sunday, not just Easter Sunday, but every Sunday. We come together with the community to give worship to God, and we give particular attention to fulfilling God's command because we love God. The second is love our neighbor as ourselves, honoring our father and mother, respecting the sanctity of human life, respecting the sanctity of marriage, and not violating the love, even conjugal love, that human beings are called to within the marriage covenant. Respecting the integrity, the reputation, and the property of other people. Everything can fit into that basic command of 2 simple rules. Love God and love your neighbor, and all the attributes that come with it. But even then, Jesus can reduce all points of the law, not to 10, not even to 2, but to 1 basic command. And even God is included in that along with neighbors. And that basic command is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Approach God as we would hope he would approach us. Approach people as we would hope they would be respectful and approach us. So the entire law and the prophets are summed up by Christ in 2 simple rules, but he doesn't leave it there. Eventually he will break it down to that 1 simple principle we are called to follow. Do unto others, God included, as we would have them do unto us.